Welcome
everyone.
everyone to another exciting episode of Cosmic Television Network. I want to thank Cameron Clapp, our course coordinator here, for putting everything together. We have a special guest today, JP Missions, former Army veteran. Oh my gosh, if you don't know.
How you doing, Emery? I'm glad to be here to bring you information and to bring you what is happening around the world and here, man. It's awesome.
No, absolutely. Thanks for taking time out today and do this. We've been, we couldn't let it wait because the information's so fresh. I just want to make some disclaimers first. Anything that we talk about as far as medical med beds or anything like that, it's not here to treat or diagnose anything. You need to find a medical doctor and, check out your bodies, and anything that we talk about that has to do with healing or anything. There's nothing here that's FDA approved or anything like that. So always check with your local physician for anything that you really need to get done as well. And also, if you're interested in shows like this, follow us on Gaia TV. I have the #1 show there, Cosmic Disclosure. We're trying to get JP on there in the near future. We're very excited. I know JP has some secret revelations coming next week. I'm not going to talk about that, but as far as getting to know a little bit about JP and I don't know if I could say it, it's the way he looks as well. So we're eager to do that and see that next week. We're going to do a live with JP next Saturday evening to go a little bit deeper into JP's life and why he has to be so protective. So, JP, welcome to the show.
Appreciate it.
Man, there's so much things we're going to be talking about. We got Cameron in the background here. He's going to be posting some things up so you guys can see this. So, JP, where would you like to start? Which topic? I have a whole list of topics here on my notepad. But, you did have an interesting meeting recently, your experience with the tall whites at the Woodline.
Yeah, so I was cutting my grass, Emery, and while I was cutting my grass, on the side of my eye, I see something metallic that goes into the wood line. I'm like, oh crap. And
wow.
You feel a sensation. And I live like 20 minutes from Alabama. So and right by Eglin Air Force Base. Okay. So I see something metallic in the middle of the wood line, and I drop my grass lawnmower and I turn it off, and I hear like a humming sound. So I'm like, okay, I'm locked and loaded, heading back into the woods.
And this what time of day was this?
This was around like 11.
Okay.
10:30 to 11, so it was midday. Everybody's at school. We got people that work at the base and all that. I'm cutting the grass, under the sun, drinking a little bit of Kool-Aid, So I go to the wood lines, and I see a person standing there, and he has long hair, a white bluish uniform, tight uniform. He's sitting on the bark of a tree. And I'm like, hey dude, what are you doing here? Because I have a family, so I like to protect my area. And also we got Marines, we got Air Force, we got berets, we got everybody that's living around. So this neighborhood is protected. And we all connect with each other. So I saw this guy say, hey, who are you? And then I felt like a beautiful, beautiful vibe from him, similar to the one I felt in Brazil when I first contacted the Nordics and I saw the ship. And I saw the metallic ship in the back, and I said, did you come from there? He's like, he nods his head. And I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm like, I really need to know, who are you guys? Because you look quite different. I feel a different vibe from you. He tells me we come from the future, we come from the past, and we come from the present. I'm like, what is that supposed to mean in my mind? But they it's like they know what you're thinking.
And he's
And
verbally talking, or is it through telepathy?
no, he's verbally talking.
Okay, he
I
knows
can see
English
his,
really good.
yeah, mouth moving. He's talking to me like a regular human being would communicate. So yeah, he looked similar to that, but his suit was like a whitish, bluish color. Like if you look at it from an angle, it has different. It turns to like to different colors.
Was it like a one-piece suit or two
It
sections,
was,
or?
yeah, it was like a one piece suit. Yeah, like a jumpsuit type of
What do you think his age was?
like around his like 30s, 30, 20s, more 30s around there. Some
Approximately
40s.
how tall? How tall do you think this being was?
He was like 6'2",
Okay.
an inch taller than me, probably. When I approached him, he was sitting down on this tree that fell down. And he looked at me and he told me, yeah, I come from the future, past, and present. And I am those that they call the sons of men, the sons of gods. And then, quickly it goes through your mind, angels or whatever you want to call them,
Right.
interdimensional beings and all that. So I started feeling a good sensation from him. And he started telling me that he's connected to a lot of people. And there's a lot of people like him that are connecting with humanity.
Right.
So, and they are really involved with the government. And in my last update, I did not bring most of the details because I was waiting for certain things to happen. But today I can drop those extra details. And he told me that they are working with the US military for sure. If anybody tries anything with the United States, they got the United States back with technology.
Did he tell you why he was contacting you? Was it a check-in, or what was he saying?
Well, he said that he knows the role that I'm playing. They communicate and they know any radio transmission, any TV transmission. They know what's happening in our internet. They know what's happening in the media. He says that's connected to the realm that they don't see as well. It's moving consciousness. Anything that moves consciousness as once, they know about it. Anything that gives out frequency, they just know about information. And he handed me like an acorn, and I did more research on this acorn. It was a sequoia tree acorn. We don't have those in Florida.
Right.
And I have it in my bedroom over there. Right, I just feel beautiful energy when I sleep, and I put it right next to. Right. I'll probably get it later, and I'll show you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Just to prove it, So he talked to me about all this, and let me tell you, right before, I think this was 3 weeks prior, Space Command moved to Alabama.
Right. Yeah.
And it confirmed things that I said like a year ago about the spaceports. I think that's in book 2 when I talk about the spaceports. And the spaceports are somewhere in Alabama. I can't tell the location. People can probably do research and find out, but because of the protection and security, we can't talk about the exact location. Okay. But basically, to let people know that they got our back, the United States. So it was an interesting meeting. And once he gave me that acorn, I turned around because I heard like a humming, a loud humming, and I turned back and he freaking disappears. So I'm like doing like this to myself to see if I'm sleeping or what the hell's going on. He disappears, the shit disappears, and I don't see nothing fly up. It's just freaking weird. Like all these experiences that happen that people have, you know, and I keep getting these experiences, Emery, and I'm excited to
Yeah,
tell
man.
people.
I know. You know, we've been talking, and you've been sharing a lot of classified videos and stuff with me that you'll release on your own agenda. You know, it's interesting. Thanks for sharing a lot of these videos that you're going to show, such as the ones that you actually see when you're with your family. You see them during the day. I think that's really important for the viewers to understand. This is not a nighttime thing. You could be just driving down the interstate, and they're there locking onto you, following you. I'm sure they're downloading you, communicating, which whenever you want to show any of those, Cameron will throw those up on the video screen here. Redstone Arsenal is right up the road from you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's another underground facility I never talk about. That's where they
Yeah.
have a lot of their scalar and photometry energy beam weapons stored, and a lot of other mass munitions, I'll say, and an underground facility that's linked to a lot of the other underground facilities all around the United States that are connected to worldwide facilities. I just wanted to make that point.
Yeah. Yeah. They're connected everywhere under the ground in a way. uh it's amazing. It was an amazing experience, and I gave that update, and it's it's just people I think are going through that. There's certain people that are going through that experience as well, I think, in different parts of the world. And now we have this, there's a lot of things going on, you know. I won't get into the details of it, but everybody's on that fear mode right now. So I believe that, I think if we keep our cool, this contact is going to be more, and these technologies are going to be released in a better way.
Yeah, which technologies are you referring to?
I'm referring on travel,
Yeah.
space travel technology, time, probably manipulation. Uh,
Yeah, I hear a lot of people online are contacting in, and they're saying, are we going to have a craft ready to evacuate the planet if we need to? And I said, well, way before that even comes with a
yeah.
craft, there's going to be an easier way through, like you said, time dispersion, basically portal technology, that's a little bit closer to us than actually having some giant ship that goes from A to B, because it's all going to be nonlinear, and all these craft produce their own gravitational pull. They're all time,
Hmm.
most of them are all time traveling craft, except for the Atlas that's coming this way. That's kind of
Oh,
a kick the bolts kind of thing. Um,
that's a
kick the tires on the car kind of thing. That's real. But yeah. What is your opinion on that? What's your
so. Let me see. I have it here. Okay, downloads.
It was
Okay,
interesting. NASA and one of my other organizations that's huge, very
Mars, right?
classified. They came out and they have AI that's beyond the AI that we have, and they ran all these scenarios. And the AI is like, oh, absolutely, this thing is definitely moving on its own. The chances of it being inhabited are very high. Um, and then, of course, there's agendas and stuff, which, I don't know how AI would come to that decision based off of just the history of objects like that. These things, we're talking a very
I don't
large
know if you
craft.
can
Oh, go
see
ahead.
it,
What is
but
that?
I'll send it. I'll send it to Cameron.
Okay. And, there's many vast arrays and telescopes around the world that, really have some really great detailed pictures of this that they're not showing the public. I don't believe in any alien invasion. I don't think the good extraterrestrials will allow that to happen if there even was a fake alien invasion, which is on the agenda, but that's always been there.
And if this thing, 3i Atlas, right, is coming in, it's coming in 60 kilometers per hour. That's way beyond it. Any biological being can endure the speed. And if it is something, it's probably mechanical based or AI based, something that was sent from a civilization to investigate our solar system and maybe bring technology or seed certain other moons around the vicinity of Jupiter, because it's going, or probably seed Mars while it passes it and connect with us, leave us with a message, and they're going to go on their way. So, but it's passing through the asteroid belt, so it could hit a couple asteroids and change its location on where it's gonna head. So they're waiting for that, because like you said, it has its own gravitational pull. This is when I had my download in my experience, right? And these are the ships that I saw around the rings of Saturn. And that right there, it means Ra, right? That's Sumerian. And then that other X4808, I don't know what the hell that means, but I know it's part of the unit or the squad these ships are part of. So these are the ships that I saw when I got my download, that I felt that I went to Saturn and I saw the rings of Saturn and I saw these ships. These are mining ships. Thank you, Cameron. Awesome. It was a beautiful experience, and I know that soon they're going to talk about this, Emery. They're going to talk about certain ships that are out there that are owned by certain companies that we can't say their names because of the protection of it. And now all these soldiers are coming out, and they're becoming now not even veterans, they're active duty soldiers that are coming out right now in Congress and talking about their experience. So that's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, it's wonderful. You know, we are connected to a lot of these new individuals that are coming forward, and there's just a plethora, you know, a vast array of so many other individuals like us that are coming forward, or they're thinking about it. You know, it's definitely, like, as you know, a safety precautionary thing. A lot of these people do have families. They're ultra credible. You know, they have all the paperwork to back it up. And it's a long time coming. You know, we've been amongst the stars for quite a while. And I think it's going to be fantastic this year for the ultimate disclosure of, you know, the disclosure's already here. It's just every day there's a new disclosure. NASA finally admitted there was life on Mars. You know,
that's a big deal. It is. Right here, September 9th, Congress, HVC 210, restoring public trust through UAP transparency. So that's a big deal.
That is.
Because more soldiers are going to come out, and it's going to pass levels of transparency. It's going to pass levels of experiences. And right now, we're in a level of, yes, we see a UFO, and we got a video of a UFO getting shot, but it's still flying because it's interdimensional, and it's not in our realm. We see it, but it's not in our realm. And it multiplies to 3 other little objects, and it follows it like it feels an animal or something like that. And it's gonna graduate to like ETs visiting us. It's gonna graduate from soldiers working in space. So these revelations are gonna keep coming out, and throughout these months, we're gonna have also different types of movies drip dropping certain information that is going to connect to all these situations that are happening. So it's going to graduate. We can't just tell the public at once everything because it involves technology, it involves uh, certain people, and because of the security of protecting these technologies and the nation that we live within, we can't just spit the beans like that because it's technology that can, if it's in the wrong hands, it could really be terrible for a lot of people. So I kind of understand why certain governments around the world are protecting for it not to come out as fast. So I kind of understand that because Emery, the technology that are, it's, you don't know how it works. These technologies are so advanced that it's uncompre you can't comprehend how quantum entanglement,
Yeah.
like, it's crazy.
No, absolutely. I think another great thing with disclosure this year, or with the Atlas and other craft, I think there's going to be technology to show, hey, you guys will be able to use this technology because here's the technology to protect. Also, you might have a healing device that can cure everything, but that same device can be used to kill someone. So there's going to be technologies that are brought, and more sciences in the quantum realm, to allow us scientists to say, oh, okay, now we can utilize this with an on and off button here that won't allow anyone to use it for harm. And
Mhm.
I think that's going to be a major jump because a lot of this stuff, like anti-gravitics, and of course, interdimensional travels and time jumping, and of course, a lot of the healing devices that are out there are utilizing, energies from within time and space, and it's a really hard balance because
Mhm.
of it can be weaponized. And I think once they learn how to utilize these amazing technologies in a safe and effective way for humans and on planet Earth, I think it will rapidly be utilized to protect the planet, clean up the oceans, enhance our longevity. You know, I've been talking a lot with some underground people that are dealing with longevity and, of course, space travel and longevity, which is not really going to be needed. But the science, I love it because that's what I was trained in. And to understand that you're going to have technologies out there, even to go into stasis if you need to for a decade or so or more, depending on what mission or what job you have, you can be able to do that and still have your body, your skin suit here. And then the other
Mhm.
part of that is within this time frame of my lifetime, the age of anyone is kind of going to go, it's going to kind of fall away because you're going to be able to anti-age, which we're already proving and
Yeah.
have proved, even with a lot of my technologies that are out there, that you can not only anti-age, but also, um, I'll just say, live a healthy lifestyle without disease and famine. I'm being careful what we say because
Yeah, yeah, we have to be
we've
careful.
been knocked. I've been my last show. I forget who it was with. I don't know. Maybe it was Brad. I don't know. But they took me. I got slapped. I got for a whole week. I couldn't use social and YouTube, and so we're being careful because everything goes through AI now, and we have to be careful what we say. So it's just hypothetically speaking, of course.
Yeah, we do have to be careful, especially these times that we're living on. Bringing the truth, bringing these technologies out, we do have to be careful. But it's gonna happen, and I'm really
Yeah.
happy that little by little, we're getting confirmation. Like the Space Command moved to Alabama. We got the, um, I know we got a situation in between. the Caribbean's happening, but a couple months ago also I brought that up.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah,
that there was a space arc that is moving up the Caribbean in between Puerto Rico and Venezuela. So sometimes there's things happening, but behind the scenes there's other things that happen as well that the public don't know, and we have to be careful
yeah,
because I think if people yeah, if people do their research, they'll figure it out. We got a lot of
yeah.
smart people out there. And
Yeah, and not only that, with this, even the AI is taken over. They're just they can compute so much more than we can, and give us different scenarios and different. The timelines keep changing, and that's something AI can't keep on with. So it's just a possibility. Um, oh, here it is. Colorado delegation statement on decision to move Space Command headquarters. Oh yes. I think that was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah,
yeah,
September 2nd. Yeah, I
I know
remember that. Yeah.
it's probably going to be tough for a couple military families, but the decision I
Mhm.
think is a good decision. Moving the Space Command there in that location where they're gonna, you know,
Mhm.
put it. It's gonna help the Golden Dome that we're gonna develop. It's gonna connect more with the inner Earth people. It's
Yeah.
in the center
Yeah.
of the country, and I think it's going to involve also Nordics. A couple years ago, I talked about that, about a spaceport and Nordics being trained by, no, regular pilots from international pilots coming into a spaceport and Nordics training these pilots how to fly the flying saucers type of ships that we see flying around, and also types
Mhm.
of like egg-shaped ships. So
Mhm.
it's gonna be a lot of revelation soon, and people got to get
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah. Speaking of the craft, can we talk about what's going on in the Atlantic off the coast of Puerto Rico there, Southern Atlantic way out there with the
Yeah, yeah, we could talk about it.
I mean, I saw your Google Earth map thing, the video.
Yeah, if Cameron can put it up, I can explain it a little
Okay, that'd be
better.
great. Yeah, I think that'd be nice to share with everyone. And the backstory, of course, Puerto Rico's always been a hot spot. I used to live in
Yeah,
Bayamon. I used to live in Bayamon and was at Arecibo as well.
it's a great place right
So,
now. It's getting a lot of military action. A lot of military personnel is moving down there because of certain situations that are happening right now. But like I said, there's situations behind the scene, like these massive space or whatever arcs or massive vimanas or whatever you want to call them, arcs. They're moving around in our oceans, and the Navy they know about this, um, and they
hmm
know the locations where they're moving, and they're being controlled by certain Nordics, and the Nordics don't want nobody to
yeah.
get close to these particular ships. Uh, right here, I said this like a month ago before they're moving the military into Puerto Rico, and I said it. I said, "Hey, this is being like that location right there that we're pointing. That's where the arc was in that location, by the Bermuda Triangle, and it moved in farther out to the Atlantic. And I had some also information of a person that he's he controls a radar and he saw a lot of movement there. I'll send you that video later on. And he sent it to Doc and they sent it to me. And I said, yeah, that's the location. So he saw a lot of movement of certain types of different ships, government ships that are moving in that particular area. So they're tracking this massive ship that is heading towards
hmm
probably the north part of Puerto Rico, or it's going to head to the south part of Puerto Rico. And that's where we see. everything happening right now in the south part of Puerto Rico in that location. And I put this out like a month ago. They can see it in my channel on YouTube. And everything that I'm pointing down, that's where we have the French warships, we got American warships, and they're just making sure that this ship, because this ship can go, it has the technology to go under the oceans and also above the clouds, depending on the weather, depending on the location where it's
Mhm.
at. Uh, so I guess when it's higher um, sea level, they get out from the sea and they chill in the clouds. When it's lower, they go into the oceans. So, and this ship is massive, and we have a couple. We got one in the Pacific off the
Mhm.
coast of California that's heating up different types of ruins in the Pacific side, and is heating up. Even it's getting dangerous enough that it's heating up and it's creating movement in the Earth. You know,
And the
in the
crust, yeah, and the crust,
in,
right?
in the crust, and it can
Mhm.
activate certain earthquakes around the world.
Yeah,
So that's what's happening. And also, they found a location in Antarctica that I think I put out 3 years ago. It had like 90,000 views, but I think people stopped looking at it because I think they blocked it. But I can give you the coordinates. And I know people like when they talk about
yeah.
Antarctica and
What
locations
a-
of Antarctica.
what about the right off the coast of Cuba there? That one of the largest pyramids ever found underwater. Do you know anything about that?
I think there's a connection with these
Yeah,
arcs and these pyramids that they're finding that are made of crystals, right? They're made of it's a like a bluish white
I
type
don't know what it's made out of.
pyramid.
Hmm. I mean, I know it dwarfs over it's just way larger than anything over in Egypt, of course, and the pyramids of Giza. And I don't know why they're not exploring it. I mean, I know it is pretty deep, so a scuba diver can't go.
Yeah,
But at least the lidar from some of these other larger corporations did release some of that information a while back. And I think with the Atlas coming by, there's going to be some activation of sacred sites around the world, activating a lot of the sarcophagi and
yeah,
these other areas that actually are holding beings in stasis, like the ones I found in New Mexico in those in on that dig that we did. So I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of different activations going around with the sacred spots and all the pyramids that are here that people just overlook and can't really see. Um, and you know what I'm talking about. They're all over the
yeah.
place.
They're all over the place. And then it's awesome that we talked about it first about Three Eye Atlas. We
Yeah,
talked about we were the first ones to talk about this information. It went viral, and people started tagging other people about it, and then they started talking about it. So we were like, if people look at the date when Emery and JP talked about Three Eye Atlas and what was gonna do, we were the first ones that brung it up. And I want people to understand that we do got information that a lot of people don't have for a reason, to wake up humanity, to wake up certain people, to activate, you know, about the truth and what's happening around the world. But we were, and somebody brought that up and said, "Hey, but you and Emery, you guys were the first ones literally talking about Three Eye Atlas and what was going to do in our solar system, and it's doing exactly what you guys said is going to do." And this is a high person, in the government that told me that. And I said, "Hey, it is what it is, it's just we knew the information."
yeah. The intel that we get, we're blessed to get this intel, and it's coming from above and beyond majestic level. It's beyond that. So we know what we can share, what's safe and effective for disclosure for humanity, and we're doing it the best of our abilities. And like I said, it's amazing to always see things like even with my show on Gaia TV 8 or 10 years ago. everyone thought I was crazy. Those first, 8 seasons, and everything I said in those seasons all came true. And the same thing with you, JP. When you came out, and it's really liberating, and it's kind of in your face. I told you so without saying it.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm gonna be revealing my face soon, so it's gonna be quite exciting. When I
Yeah, we're
reveal
gonna
my
have
face.
JP next Saturday evening, probably, I think, or Sunday. He's gonna be coming on live with me, and he's going to deglove and reveal his revelation of who he is, and you get to see his face. So stay tuned for that if you guys are interested. I'm going to be asking him some personal, private questions and getting into the security of why he had to do this. We have
Well,
to do this.
it's gonna be in the same date as G6, so it's gonna
Yeah,
be
same day
exciting.
as just,
It's gonna be exciting.
yeah.
You know,
Well, I think it's time. Yeah.
yeah, it's time because there's a lot of things moving around. When they start talking about these guys, what I showed in the picture, and this is a
Yeah.
replica I did on a machine that somebody sent
It's
it to
really
me.
whited out, but you can kind of see it. Pull it back a little bit. Yeah, it's white. Let's
Oh, it's
see.
whited out.
Yeah, it's whited out because of the light. These
Okay,
lights
so
can't stand themselves. Yeah, but I get it. I see it.
so it's gonna be a
Did you
shock.
3D print that?
Yeah, yeah, they 3D printed it out the ship and all that.
Yeah, it's
So
cool.
it's gonna, and I want people to understand that it's something spiritual also that's happening
Yes.
in the world.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
it's really spiritual. There's a lot of demonic entities out there also trying to be involved in everything that's happening. And we really have to be careful in the spiritual realm as well as in the interdimensional realm that they're interacting with us. You know, people do hear
Yeah.
voices in their heads and they have to comprehend which voice is that is
Mhm.
talking in your head. The technology is out there
Yeah.
to manipulate what you think, manipulate what you do, manipulate what you say. So,
Even without implants. Yeah.
yeah, even without implants, if you have a modem in your house, it's possible. So it's a spiritual battle that we're going through right now
It
as
is,
well.
and a lot of other soldiers out there, part of these compartmentalized projects that were, I get calls from them and walking them through, the the amazing psionic activity that is involved with not only mind control from any satellite that they have up there for people like us. You got to be really careful and decipher, you know, they can even hijack, a soldier's mind, and he'll be getting extraterrestrial downloads, and all of a sudden they'll come in and they'll, like, as clear as day, they're talking to you, and it sounds like it's in the same room, but it's not. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
you know, and I love that about you, JP, because most of us don't talk about that because they'll just diagnose that as something crazy, but it's not. It's real. It's been proven in the
mhm,
projects, and it's even out there. They have that ability to communicate with the soldiers, especially soldiers that were part of programs, to usually to do great, good things. But there's also
mhm.
times where they're hijacked by other evil, demonic, ran corporate organizations that want you to be derailed, uh, and it's also like, it's like putting on those virtual glasses. You can also, they can actually make you see things like they would do in the projects, or
Yeah,
usually
the
to
AR.
help you with your job, but afterwards it could be something different where they're superimposing something to show you or to disrail you, or to, so the information comes in is definitely angelic. And I mean, you have to use your angelic energies to really protect yourself and have a lot of discernment before you tell
Oh
anyone,
yeah,
and then verify that through other classified soldiers and other higher ups, and talk about it, which is hard to do because it's not something you can do on a phone. You have to have special communications. installed in your home or vehicle for communicating that, which goes beyond any type of cellular or satellite phone, by the way. And these technologies that JP and I use, help keep us alive and help keep us safe and our families safe. And I never thought I'd even come forward back in the day. I had to because of my over Unity free energy device for protection, and it did. I got a lot of protection after that, and it was nerve wracking. Check out season 1, episode 1, Cosmic Disclosure. I was a nervous little, I was very nervous, very scared.
Oh, that was with David Wilcock interviewing you.
Yeah. So a lot has changed and super protected now. And I'm glad you brought up the spiritualism in it, because 100% I believe, maybe Cameron can put the ambassador program link in there for those of you who are not on Gaia TV Cosmic Disclosure. But yeah, the spiritual realm is so important for our work, because we wouldn't be able to do it without the spiritual realm. I don't believe, JP. I don't think.
No.
I know I would not have made it this far, without God, the God source, the universe of one, whatever you guys want to call it for your own belief system. I know it with my heart. So it is not something that is debatable with me. It's this energy, and God has saved my life numerous amounts of times, and working with other energetic forces like extraterrestrials on the spirit realm, angels, if you would. Most importantly, lineage, which we don't talk about. It's a big thing between JP and I with our lineages, which are not too far apart, believe it or not, based off of lineages and mission-oriented stuff that we have made contracts with in our past. So there's certain contracts. I always say, I want to sever all contracts, do that not serve my higher self and my lineage contracts. But there's some contracts I do want to keep, because those contracts keep us safe.
Yeah, I agree with you, Emery. Sometimes we do have to be careful with the people that we connect with, and be careful also the decisions that we make with these people that are negative. Sometimes,
they send them in all the time.
Yeah.
Right, JP? JP and I get courted daily from some of the most amazing people you would think. But JP and I have technologies to know, and also our own gut feelings and background checks like no one else has, that they can promise you the world almost, and you would think it was the real deal, but it's just a hook to get you sidetracked, and destroy your mission, and to character assassinate the heck out of you.
Yeah.
Which JP's new on this realm. He's starting to get all that, and that's going to be a thing of the past. I can't tell you how many times I've been extorted and attacked. I remember Stephen Greer and David Wilcock both said the same thing to me, that when you fall into this position, get ready, because the demons are going to be coming out of the woodworks and trying to sidetrack you. Stuff that happened 10, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever. They're going to dig up everything. And so I find it comical, because most people that follow my programs and your programs, you can't bullshit them, because they're bullshit detectors, and that's why, you can never rely on video or TV. It'll always come out. So there's a lot of missions I have turned down from many organizations and political governments that I didn't want to be part of, because there was a little bit of embellishing there. There was a little bit, even though the mission was supposed to, produce positive things, there's no need to lie or bend the truth when it's already an amazing event. So that's really important. And that's what I like about you, JP, because you stay focused, you stay on alignment, you You say it how it is. People can like look and hear, the interactions. I think it's been great when you reveal yourself and they feel those photons coming off your face and see the
Yeah.
genuine of you, because there's been a lot of charlatans in the past, of course,
Yeah, yeah.
and
It's gonna
that's
happen.
to be expected. In this field, you're going to get that, no matter where you go. So good luck with that. It's going to
Yeah.
be amazing. Hey, what about? Do you want to talk about that? There was another video or picture I know Sal put up that you sent us when you guys were going down the road. There was a craft.
Oh yeah, yeah. The good thing about us, Emery, is that we got
Yeah, go ahead.
proof.
Sorry.
The good thing about us that we got proof, and the proof is in the
Yeah.
pudding. We got video, we got pictures, we got other video that we can't release yet until a certain moment, if you know what I mean. Uh, because of the protection of certain people and the protection of this country, we can't release these certain videos. But we do have extra videos that, yes, we will release and all that. But there's a video that I released, I think with Dr. Sala. I was actually with my family. We were driving down the road and I see a Nordic cigar ship up there. My wife, she's like, "Oh, for the first time, look up." I thought she was messing around with me. And I said, "Okay, yeah, that's a plane or something like that." I thought she was not messing around with me. And then I look up again and I felt it. And it was moving with the car. And she was like, "Oh crap, look, you're not crazy. I see it with you." I'm like, thank God, because it's awesome when your spouse is with you and experiencing also that experience. And we have the video here. If Cameron can show it, and it's exclusive, it's a real video.
Yeah.
And when you go through these experience, Emery, it changes you. It changes you. It changes the perspective of humanity. It changes how you see people. It changes how you see life, how you see the world. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love it. When I first met Darla, and a very similar situation happened. I'll tell you after this video.
Is this the correct video, JP
Yes,
Mission?
sir. Yes, sir. That's
All
it.
right, confirmation complete. Keep the. Do you want me to keep the audio on or off?
You can take the audio off. I'll explain it in a way.
All right, copy that. Let's roll it. Boom.
So right there, you can see it. There we go. We were driving, and we see in the corner of our eyes, we see the cigar-shaped UFO, and it's flying right beside our car. And I'm sure other people was taking video of it, but I'm sure it was right above us when we first spotted it. We decided to record it when it was like heading out. So this video, you could clearly see the ship. It was really going like faster than usual, and then it disappeared into the clouds. It accelerated into the clouds when we saw it. And right here, I think if you go forward, I think there's a zoom on it. Yeah. Right
Oh,
there.
yeah, there it goes. Yeah.
Right there, you could clearly see that it's not like no planes are bright like that, and you can't see no feel like the wings or the back part of if it was a plane, you could clearly see if it was a plane. And this video happened in Orlando. Right there, you can see it clearly speed up. Right there, it started speeding up into the clouds. Right here in this location, boom. Right here, it speeds up. Right there, boom, acceleration, and it's no more. It goes into the clouds, and the video was published, and it had hundreds of thousands of views, and people even from different locations were talking about this video. And I think if you forward the video a little bit more, I think it shows you a picture of the video. There we go. You could tell it's a cigar-shaped UFO. And this happened in 2019, way before I joined the military. So I was having contact with these ETs prior from joining the military. I think if it keeps going, it's going to zoom in a little bit more, I think, and show you the ship really close. I think so. Yeah, that's the video. So
Yeah.
and I got a lot more videos. I got a video going to France. I don't know if I shared it with you, Emery. I think I did.
Yeah, I saw it.
So it was a spaceship interacting with us in the plane,
Yeah.
and it was interacting with the pilots as well. So it's really cool. It's so cool when they communicate with you. And
Yeah, especially with your family, that, or, loved one that they're still kind of on the tightrope there. I was on my way from Colorado Springs down to Los Alamos Labs with Darla when I first met her, and I was in a stretch of road that many of you know from Crestone to going through Dulce, and this is a hot spot for me. I go there all the time and make a lot of contact work, and there's a lot of course, facilities there. And I had been communicating with them all the way down telepathically. And when I got down to that area near the border of Colorado and New Mexico, I said, "Do you want to meet them?" And she's like, "Yeah, right. Like, shut the, like, what are you talking about?" So I pulled off down a dirt road. And of course, there's nothing out there. It's just cattle land. And I went down this dirt road really far, maybe a mile or so off the main road, and got out. I had night vision, thermals, everything. And I just got out. I looked up, and of course, I can see the outline, the giant triangular outline of the craft. And there's a couple of not cylindrical, but kind of rounded shaped craft, but they were spheres, really large. And I said, "Well, just tell them." I said, "Just look up and say, hey, I'm not afraid. I would like to meet you." It was really simple, really basic. I was already warming up the whole event in the vehicle, and all the detectors are going off, the storm trackers are going off, and a giant beam of light came down from the center of the craft and lit up probably like 50 to 150 feet of just giant beam of light.
wow.
And, it was that aha moment, and she's like in tears. It's like, oh my gosh. And that was like a big changing point. I've seen this on so many beautiful sky watches and CE5s and expeditions that I have done either privately or in the public's eye. And it's so great to see this enlightenment happen, and it's like the people are glowing now. There's like a different, when I look at people, I can see in a couple more different shades of color than most people. It's a gift I've had my whole life, and you can see this new vibrant energy, and even their not only does the emotion change, but it goes with them forever, and they always will bring up that first event. And the confirmation makes our life easier too, JP.
Oh yeah.
And
It releases
especially,
everything.
I lost a lot of family members, a lot of friends, a lot of colleagues back in the day because well, look at him, he believes in ETs and spacecraft, and he's
Yeah.
cuckoo. And now everyone's calling me back and apologizing and saying, "Wow, it's on CNN. I guess you were right." It's like,
Same thing with me.
get
I
out of
lost
here.
a lot of family members and all that, and also the thing is too, they think you become like rich because you have a big
Yeah.
following. And then I want people to really understand we do this with our heart. We don't think about money and all that, but we appreciate anything that comes in, because when
Yeah.
we bring this information out, no jobs, no nothing, nobody accepts us, and we travel the world bringing this information, and we appreciate people so much. People are so beautiful, Emery. People are so
I know.
beautiful. They call me up, and I
Yeah.
love them so much. All the fans, like everybody, all the people that share like the feeling, and they help you out. And a lot of people think, "Oh, he's rich," and it's not like that, man. I still have a
There,
Toyota Camry sitting out there. If that was the case, I'll be with a Lamborghini.
there's a
But we
there's
don't do it for that, and I know God
there's no
sees our
money.
heart.
There's no. I totally agree with you. I have to say something. There's no money in UFOlogy. I mean, I have my own stuff. I lost 21 corporations making the switch over. Lost millions of dollars. I used to be super wealthy with my corporations and lost it all. And I'm so glad I did, because I needed the life experience. And plus, I wouldn't be here talking to you, and so many things were in alignment with that. So I'm like glad it happened. But it is like for you and I, it's a super struggle doing these events that cost money. And there's definitely, we don't make any money. People are like, oh, Emery drives a Range Rover. I was like, yeah, that Range Rover is 12 years old and has 150,000 miles on it. And I use special gas in it so I can get 30 miles to the gallon. So
Yeah,
it's so funny that, how they just portray you as these, wealthy, oh, wow, they're doing conferences. Oh, Emery's, on
yeah,
Gaia. He must, it's not like that at all.
it's not like that.
You
And
can't
and
survive. At least I can't survive, those little amounts of money coming in. And Cameron, if you don't mind, put my PayPal up right now. I am asking the world for donations for us, for Emery Star Labs, and for all the stuff that we do. And I want you to put JP's, if he has a whatever Patreon or whatever thing you'd have, JP, send it to Cameron now. He's going to put it in these links, because we do need your support. We're broke. We need constant influx of money to not only, do all this amazing inventions and things like that, but just to keep up with these things. We're
yeah,
charging $29.95, and the amount of time and marketing that, even like Karen has to do. And, these are all volunteers. I mean, all of
yeah.
our people, there's
Thank
no
you,
money
Cameron.
we have to like pay everyone. So you guys make this happen by coming, on this. And I know I love, all the VIPs. I know I gift you guys to come on here because you guys done amazing support in the past, but we do need your support. And so Cameron, we have to keep Cameron, that's for sure, because Cameron makes all this stuff happen, and he deserves a lot of recognition and to be gifted some of the funds that come out of here. So if you can give him everything, I think my PayPal, Cameron, Emery Smith 72 or something like that. I forget it is. If you could throw it up there. And then JP, I don't know, where can people donate for you?
Same thing. JP Missions Patreon. I'm gonna start doing one-on-one conversations, with people,
Yeah.
and create
Yeah,
like a VIP.
yeah.
And I'll speak with them 1 hour. I don't care. I just want people to understand that we're human beings as well. And if we do get blessings from people,
Yeah.
we really appreciate it. We really appreciate it
Yeah.
because we do have technology. We are working with other people, doctors, scientists, that we want to bring these technologies to light. And we do have concepts, but we also need the funds to create these concepts to help humanity get closer to these beautiful technologies that we're getting downloaded by certain ETs. So it's really appreciative when you see people, liking also your videos, commenting
Yeah.
on your tiers, uh, looking at, going to the conferences and making sure that they got your back in these conferences, because we're also putting our life in the line. It's not like
Yeah.
we're bringing chocolate chip cookies to the table.
Yeah. It's not.
No, we're bringing steak, we're bringing wine, we're bringing beer. We want everybody to know the truth of what's happening around the world and in our country. I'm sorry I brought this up. I just felt like to bring this out, Emery, because
I'm glad you did. I was going to probably bring it up at some point. I mean, it was a great transition. I'm not going to beat it up, but it's very costly to be a JP or an Emery, in this field, because we're spotting everything by ourselves, and we're not equipped with our types of jobs that we have. We don't really, make millions of dollars or anything off of ufology for sure. And getting information out, putting things together, even the meetings when I have to go fly somewhere to meet with a classified officer to get this information, because you can't use phones, that costs me a lot of money. And, there's also security involved. Your security, whether it's home security, other, since we're, we still have, of course, great security with the military and stuff, but there's other things that cost us money that comes out of our own just for our safety and our family's safety, more importantly. And I think people, and people need to realize that, it's quite the endeavor. I am asking the universe for abundance, and if everyone would just give anything, it could be a $5 or whatever. I mean, anything. If everyone would just give a little bit, it would snowball. Because I release stuff all the time, and we have like JP does, and he has 100,000 hits. Something comes.
You know what I did the other day? Somebody gifted me $200, right? And I went to the Walmart.
Yeah.
I went to the Walmart down the street, and I took two families. I stand right by the door, and I saw a family that they were passing so much food. And I saw the guy frustrated, ready to pay, and I went there and I paid. I used that money to pay for their groceries, and I paid for two families groceries using that money, because I do care about people, and that's what we do too. We bless people with this money that's coming in, Emery. And we help people. I know we don't show it like on YouTube. Oh yeah, we help these people, but we help people. We help people as well to bring their technologies to light as well, because we see their concepts and they explain it to us. We're like, wow, I'm going to invest in you, and I know people are going to help me out to invest in your project. So it's that we get blessed, but we bless by giving what we receive. So it's amazing. It's amazing.
It is. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, we have gifted so many, of course, clinical stuff and solutions and treatments, and it gets to a point though where you're so strapped because you're just trying to help everyone as much as you can, and also triaging where those funds go. I always put it back into the company and make sure my volunteers are paid, and a little gift, and things like that, and people that can't make it on these webinars, every now and then we'll have people write in, and we'll have like a little bowl of names that we'll pick, and we'll gift someone something. And then we always usually to make this affordable after the live stream so people can watch it on their own accord. But so much abundance. We're praying to the universe and God himself for JP and Emery. Please help fund us in any way you can. Thank you. Amen.
And also the universe sees that, Emery. When somebody blesses us, and it's biblical too, when somebody blesses us, they get multiple blessings as well. It's biblical. When you bless somebody, you receive from the universe abundance. So you're doing a good for yourself, because we want to do good for the humanity and all that. So it's
absolutely
it's amazing.
I love giving back. So any money that comes to me, I always have a percentage that has to go out to help someone else. It's kind of like when you go to church, I always have an IOU with God saying this is what's going to happen when this comes in, and the miracles happen every day. And when something happens, and then you do that. And I really appreciate you bringing that up as well, because it's also about giving back. It's not about just take and whatever. You know, we give back so much of our life and had to make serious life changes to be here even talking about this. I mean, completely lost everything, and lots of people have died for me to be here on this,
Yeah.
in front of you right now. And God bless them as well. I mean, it's part of the mission. And, you know, this is an amazing time to be in with all the discoveries and, of course, the disclosures every day. And most importantly, the contact work that you and I do on the side that we're going to get more into after you,
Oh yeah.
you know, reveal yourself. We both can talk more about that as well. And I think that's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be an amazing ride.
Yeah,
People are gonna love it. People are gonna love it because it's not just the information we have now. There's even more information that we're waiting a certain time to release, and I'm really excited for that because I think people are gonna love these other information that we have and these other updates that we have. And I think also we're gonna say things to people that I want people to pay attention to things that we say, because maybe later on in the road, like 2 or 3 months from what we say, it's gonna happen. That's the thing. Like what happened with Three Eye Atlas. We talked about it before, and then everybody started talking about it. So we are saying things. We want people to understand that we're doing these videos for a reason. You know, we're giving out hints of things that might happen. Well, that will happen in the future. Okay, so it's amazing. It's amazing the info that we give out, and if people are smart and they look at these videos and they watch it 2 or 3 times and they get certain things that we say that we're not allowed, but we're saying it in a certain way, I think people will realize in a couple months what's going to happen. So that's amazing that we get this opportunity to be online and say these information, and this video is going to be out for a long time for other people to
forever. I agree.
So,
It's like a timeline. It's a timeline people can watch 20 years from now or next week or a year from now and say, like they did with me and Guy, they're like, oh my gosh, remember, you know, episode 7, season 1 and Cosmic Disclosure. Emery said this. It happened. Everything happened that I said. So this is phenomenal to have you on here, as we both are complimenting each other, saying, this is what's going on. This is what's going to happen. And it happens. I'm not saying we're soothsayers or anything like that.
No.
All I'm saying is we have intelligence that we are sharing with you guys that we're going to share a whole lot more in the upcoming months that is going to be mind-blowing. And we have to, it's going to, I'm getting excited.
I'm excited. We're excited.
I can see the smile. You better put another mask on. I can see the smile through that mask.
It's just I can't wait. I can't wait. And the closer that we get to this, there's going to be other things happening that, like around the world, that is going to make it look like not to come out. Like all these probably wars that might break out or whatever, but there's going to be things happening that is not going to let this information try not to come out, but it's going to happen. Because we see it already. we see it already. So it's going to happen.
We're living it now and then relaying the information. And I'm always on the edge of my seat with this stuff because there's so much more I just want to dump, in this hour and a half, 2 hours that we talk or whatever. And it's like, it has to be, we do have to do it in sections for the safety of the world.
So big. It's so big that what we're going to do. You're probably looking at the next Elon Musk, the next Bezos here on these screens that is going to help humanity get closer to their inner self and their truth of what's happening in our solar system. So it's going to be, we're going to bless a lot of people, Emery. We're going to help a lot of people out. It's going to be exciting. We're living exciting times.
With the new self-sustainable community that that I've been designing, and JP's helping with that. He's on our spaceship healing experience team. We have so much going on. JP's also really great with telepathy and rolls off with me on that section too, which I can't say for a lot. That just has to do with his training, my training, and of course my team is really adept to all that stuff because they work with me. These are things that are lightning fast, that we know the types of technology that him and I are involved with that are going to come together, and it's going to benefit humanity. Our self-sustainable communities that JP and I are designing along with my team are phenomenal. This is places where you're going to be able to go and have great meditative healing experiences, and also be educational. So one of the big things I'm working on is a special academy for the new sciences that JP and I are going to be releasing. And the political government, I'll say, has been very supportive, but the problem is with the grants, they've already approved a lot of stuff, but it's 4 to 5 years out for those grants. So I can't wait. JP can't wait. We want to do it now. So we are, reaching out to you guys for help with that. And we do have lots of angel investors and people, but it has to be the right people and the right alignment. We get millionaires, billionaires all the time contacting us.
Insane.
I'm telling you,
Influencers.
I've told the story
Influencers
many
that
times.
have 20 million.
I'm
not, but let's not go there. Hold on.
I'm not impressed by your private jets. I can't even fit on a private jet. I'm so tall and big, and I don't smoke cigars or drink wine. So just get it away from me. You can't charm me. I won't take your check. It has to do with those people that are in alignment with their heart and God, that know, hey, I'm doing this. I don't want anything in return. You do this. And that's the people that we have to be careful. And because one little slip up, you sign something, you lose all your intellectual property, all the secrets, and a lot of stuff that we are involved with, JP and I. We can't even talk about some of the amazing technologies that we have right now, because if it were to get out, it would get slammed really, really, really quick. And that's why this disclosure that's going to be happening this year with the extraterrestrial races and crafts are very important to our success. Wouldn't you say, JP? I'll let you take it over from here, JP. I know you're biting your tongue.
It's going to be amazing, the future, what it holds for humanity. I think that soon everybody will find out that all this is happening around the world. People are finding out that yes, ETs are real, and these technologies are about to roll out. But the main thing is who is going to roll out these beautiful technologies, and why these people are going to roll out with these technologies. And the things that Emery and we have been talking about in the past, it's going to bring a lot of clarity on the health faction, on spiritual realm, interdimensional things that interact with other technologies that we're thinking of. So it's going to benefit humanity. So it's going to be an amazing, amazing ride on these spaceships. It's going to be amazing.
It can't happen soon enough. But then again, there's no time. So it's like you have to learn to be patient in this field, because there's other things you have to do, like take care of yourself and your family. And there's needed allocation of time with your own health and your family is really important for the survival of the manifestation of what you're trying to accomplish. And it's not just it's a dream that many people are having, of the same dream and manifestation, which allows us to move forward and doing it in a godlike presence, because go ahead.
I'm just so happy, man.
I got you, JP. I got you, brother. I know.
It's so tough, man. It's
hard. It's hard.
You know, we try to bring like all this information sometimes, but sometimes it's just so rough, man,
Yeah.
to be part of this journey, you know. And I just want people to realize that it's not easy, but
No.
we're doing it with love, you know.
Yeah.
And I want people to realize that.
Yeah. It's all love. It's a huge sacrifice. I, it's very, very difficult. It's the most stressful thing I've ever endured, even through everything I've been through in the military and war and life itself. This is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And for JP too, it's so taxing. You have to be on your game 24/7. There's no rest, and it's what we want. We chose to do this. I'm not going anywhere. JP's definitely not going nowhere, but it is taxing. And God bless you, JP, for coming forward and coming on the team like this, because we need more people like you. And I want to assure you that that mission that I just said, it is already happened. And we got to finish it though. And there's a lot to be finished. And it's an ongoing fight for what's right, the truth, and for the love of God himself. So we need to get this together and bring more of the scientists and spiritual people together, and not to be combating each other, or he said, she said, about working together as one unit like we're used to, and accomplishing that amazing mission to heal the planet. The planet comes first, absolutely. Then the
Ooh,
creatures of the
yeah,
planet, from the plankton to the dolphins to the manatees to the grasshoppers. And
yeah,
then we work on the humans, and the
yeah.
humans will be
This
third.
is
Because without the world, I have to fix the world first. We have to fix the world first, then all the animals and creatures, and then the planet, then the humans after. So planet, creatures, humans. Humans are tough. They can last. We're like the most amazing virus in the universe. Even ETs have told me, you guys are one of the most incredible species. We wouldn't last breathing your air for a second. Um, there's been
yeah,
so many of these confirmations from extraterrestrials that I had great in-depth conversations, and they think we are the superheroes of the universe.
yeah, yeah. They really look
And
up to what we do.
even though we don't live as long as they do, they just think we are so strong because our DNA and RNA can actually change over hundreds of thousands of years. And they're kind of stuck in that same, DNA, RNA thing. An octopus can change his DNA within days, and his RNA, he can change to his environment. Octopuses are extraterrestrials, by the way. And so when they look down at us, they say that's a civilization worth saving, not just because they were us. We were, how do I say this? They were us a long time ago, and we are now them. I mean, they're us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Basically, they came from us, a little bit of our DNA. So it's our survival is really important. It's very important, and it saddens me to see the hate on this planet. And
yeah,
one of the biggest problems, even when the Atlas comes, they're not prepared actually for the amount of horror that is here on the planet, because they don't kill things, they don't step on ants, they don't gut their own people on video, or shoot them or whatever. They don't do any of that killing because there's so much abundance. There's no
mm-hmm.
need for money or water or clean food or house. And then this is going to be the big eye opener of the future for us. If we can get over, that part of the ego in the species, and most importantly, we're such a dynamic planet because we have multiple races on this planet
Oh
of
yeah,
different types. In a lot of planets and and places. When you're one race, you're kind of like, you're just that one race. Now, in human races, we have many different types of ethnics, of color and of belief systems, which is not normal on most planets. So the diversification and, us being these Cro-Magnon humans still, with clubs and stuff, we have to, elevate above that. And I've seen the most
Yeah.
elevation in the past couple years, over the past 20 years, that I've ever seen, of people coming to the light and saying, "Wait a second, that doesn't sound right. What that newscaster is saying," or "I
Yeah.
don't feel," And these are great ascension uh, situations for many people ascending into the different higher realms, because
Oh yeah.
we're not from this realm. Number one, you probably figured that out. So we're allergic to everything, the
Yeah.
foods, the water, the atmosphere. So it's hard for us to be here. And at the same time, we also have a different level of dimensional consciousness. So
Mhm.
of course, the majority is 3D here. We're 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A lot of us here. So we're looking at this as, okay, children, let's put down the rubber bands and stop, shooting them at each other, and let's sit down together at the big table and have a slice of watermelon. And what that means is, when you bring people together, one of the things I've seen all across the world, I've traveled the world over, is
Mhm.
that when you bring someone to the dining room table and there's all this beautiful food and there's music playing,
Mhm.
everyone forgets where they came from, what they believe
Mhm.
in,
Yeah.
because you're back to that Cro-Magnon state of, oh, we're eating. Look at all this dopamine coming through me. Oh, this music makes me so happy. I don't care if JP has a mask on. I'll dance with him. It's fine. It's
I
one of
love
those kind
dancing.
of things. You're not worried. You don't have your defenses up. You're not
Yeah.
like, hey, what's the next, what do I have to do? But you do have walk-ins, you have demons, you have all sorts of stuff out there that are
Yeah.
constantly attacking us and our families, and you have to be spiritually prepared for that as well.
So when I did a conference right in Sedona, I don't know if you
Yeah,
remember, it was Jimmy Church was there, and we even
yeah,
we got in touch with you. We were excited of the conference and all that, and I sat around the round table, and Jimmy Church asked me in front of everybody, "What do you think we're gonna act like when we receive these beings coming down from
mhm,
visiting LA, visiting the cities? What we have to portray to them? What do we have to show them?" And I said, "Jimmy, it's all about the love, Jimmy. If
absolutely.
we just show the love that we have within, if we show the love frequency, that's when they're gonna realize that we are connected to them. But if they don't see the love and they see how we are destroying ourselves, they're just gonna leave a couple tips and go on their way. They don't need to be here, you know.
Yeah,
They don't need to mingle with us when we're killing ourselves, you know. Uh, and I told them in a roundtable. It was a simple answer, just the
yeah,
love, Jimmy, just the love. So it's all about the love, and I always preach that everywhere I go, every conference. I talk about the love. I tell people to hug each other in the middle of the conference, because we're all connected. We all have to treat each other like if we're treating ourselves, you know. So these beings, I think one of the reasons they connect so much with me, uh I like to give love to a lot of people. Like I love you, Emery. I love
yeah. I
you,
love you too,
Cameron.
bro. Yeah,
I love
amen.
everybody that's watching this video, and that are going to be watching this video 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030. If you're watching this video, we're talking from the past, but we're talking to the future, to you. We love you. And you guys have a purpose on Earth to make a difference. And we're going to see a lot of difference throughout these years. And this is a historical video that we're doing. People are going to look back in these videos and say, wow, Emery said this, and this time. JP said this, and this time. Cameron said this, and this time. Because we do see things that a lot of people don't see. And it's hard to people to comprehend that. But, fast. Do a fasting one day. Try it out. Lay down. Do a meditation. Do a fasting. Go outside. Look up to the skies and say, hey, I'm here. I'm waiting for you. And get that contact. People can do it. It's just that training of the pineal gland, the training of the mind, the consciousness, people have lost that. We are a species of amnesia. We forgot how to do certain things that we can't, that our ancestors, that is still in our DNA, that we know how to do. How does a spider know how to do a spider web? Because it's embedded in their DNA. They know how to do it. We know how to connect with these beings, but we just forgot about it. We just have to condition our mind, condition our body in order to have that contact. So that's really what I want to leave with these people that are watching this, these beautiful people that are watching this video.
Yes, absolutely. That's a great message, and thank you for saying that, JP. It's so important, I'll reiterate what JP said is, one of the things with extraterrestrials too, it's not so much even telepathy. Believe this, I never talked about this, but JP can probably add to it. Emotion is a form of communication with extraterrestrials. So me thinking love and open heart, first thing I do when I'm in front of an extraterrestrial, I let down all guards. I even open myself up to allow them to scan me, my thoughts, to make sure they know. But I open that heart chakra up and just give it to them. And when I give that to them, they immediately know everything about me. I'm open-armed, palms forward, and they see, oh, we're going to have some good times right here with this one. And it gets reciprocated back 1,000 times more, and it's so overwhelming that you probably couldn't communicate if you wanted to because you're crying. The love that comes from them, when you show that little bit of love, that say I love you in your mind or out loud, or open that heart to these beings, they immediately want to help. They want to show you, hey, you don't know what love is because you've been suppressed from day one of birth here on this planet, but this is what it's like, and shoot, comes right to you. All of it, all at once. And that is kind of an overwhelming experience that most people have on their first contact. And that is something that you really need to train on, and not so much of, I have everyone memorize, 100 to 300 questions before contact on my VIP team. So, because it's answered immediately. But more importantly is to be there and be present in your true form, your true self, with no ego and with love. Just all love. And that is what JP was just explaining that. And one of the things JP said too is, my gosh, we are suppressed from doing it. The pineal gland is completely calcified. That's, well, don't forget. I mean, I might as well put that in there. Don't forget about your Nano Blue and Smith.co, your Nano Emerald Green.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got the new one, the Oceanic. Oh, excellent. There it is. Fantastic.
They work. They work.
Yeah, they work. You guys got to get on it. Emerysmith.co. Get the Aquafarine Nano Blue. You do an ounce a day. If you have the 50 ml bottle, it's 5 cc's a day. Look at the descriptions. I'm not going to say them on here because we'll get probably blocked. But these are amazing solutions to.
You got these. These are awesome too, Emery.
Yeah.
The
Oh yeah,
sprays,
this is the nasal spray.
the
Yeah.
nasal sprays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it
Formalize.
all here, brother. All here.
All there. You got a lot. Right.
Oh yeah.
So they all do different things. I highly recommend the Oceanic is going to be up there soon. That has sphingolipids in it. All regenerative, great, beautiful stuff for to get yourself prepared for what's coming and protect your body and your cells. Check it out. It's
I
all
want
natural.
to relay a message. The people that are
Yes.
living in the United States. I know this is all around the world, internationally,
Mm-hmm.
but stay in touch with your neighbors. You know, connect with your neighbors and connect with them. You know, save up on water, save up on a lot of things that are canned foods and all that. You know, because yeah, you know, it's hard to say, but we might go through tough times. You know,
Yeah.
and throughout these tough times, we get stronger. Look what happened after 9/11. We got stronger. Um, you know, and just stay connected to your loved ones too. You know, we probably know, oh, they don't like us no more, but you know, show the love from a distance. uh, from a distance, you can show a lot of love. You know, so it's you know all these rumors of different things that might happen. We just have to be prepared because in between these rumors, there will probably be contact.
There's
And
some truth behind those rumors, everyone.
yeah, so we might be contacted during these tough times. And there might be a lot of false things that we can't, you know, we can't get into it, but we just have to be connected to our loved ones, our neighbors, stay connected, give them your number, and if something happens, connect with them and we got your back. You know, we're here together. We're going to stick together because during these times of trials, there's going to be contact. There's going to be contact because they're monitoring everything that we do. You know, and if something crosses a certain line, contact is going to happen, and it's going to change the way we see the world. It's going to change religion. It's going to change spirituality. It's going to
Everything.
change science. It's going to change everything. If you thought AI is going to be crazy in 1 year or 2 years, that it is going to be insane. You know, we're going to have longevity. AI is going to break codes that we never thought and making different types of elements, different types of technology that we would never have thought of. Only AI is going to think of. If we thought AI is nuts, the things that are going to come out
Yeah.
is going to change the way we see life. Consciousness. What is consciousness? Where does consciousness go when you pass away? Do we pass away? Is it a human construct, death? Is it a human construct that we are seeing each other through this screen and we are just living? You know, there's going to be a lot of questions and a lot of answers coming out these coming up years. So I just want to put that out there. And it's not, we're not scaring nobody. It's just as a soldier, we are trained to always be prepared, you know?
Right.
And we're just saying, prepare yourself, you know, for contact. That's it, you know, because there's a lot of people that are not going to agree, you know, on contact. And that's the rough part about it. They're not going to agree of releasing these technologies. So it's going to be a roller coaster with a lot of twists. Maybe the roller coaster coming out from the coaster and come back in. It's gonna be cool in a way because I know a lot of people that love roller coasters. Emery, I'm one of them. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean like even with contact, like he's saying there always is a possibility. We're talking no mobile phones. Okay. Maybe no electric, maybe no water. You'd be so surprised when everything's gone. and let's say your aunt can't get her diabetic insulin medications.
Stack
Your
up.
child who has life-saving medications he can't go to Walgreens right now. You need to stop up 6 months in advance. People with contact lenses, Darla wears some contacts. I say stock up 6 months to a year.
Stack
As soon
up.
as this happens, let's say, for instance, if it just hypothetical, not to
Yeah.
no gloom and doom. You should always be prepared, like JP said. You should have 10 5-gallon jugs of water in your garage or in your shed or outside under a piece of tarp. And don't tell anybody about it because they're going to go right to it and take it from you.
Yeah.
But the first thing that happens is silence. There's no communication, no electric, no water. And you have to keep yourself clean. So figure out a place where you're going to be, pooping and peeing and doing all that.
A lot of wipies.
A lot of wipies, for kids, diapers, whatever you got. You're going to have a section to keep all that because biological hazards can kill you the first week of contamination. But the great thing I love about JP, what he said, is know your neighbors. The neighbors are, I don't care, make reconciliations with them. You'd be surprised. I teach this stuff, okay, my whole life. Those neighbors are going to be your new family.
Yep.
You will be sharing and exchanging an apple for, whatever. You're going to have things that you both need. And if you're a one-man solo team, yeah, you're going to survive great. Not many of us are a solo team. We have family, we have animals, we have responsibilities as the leader of the household to make sure that that's all in place when shit goes bad. Shit's going to go bad throughout your life, whether it's a hurricane, earthquake, whatever, flood. I'm in Las Vegas, I have to worry about nothing, just the heat. It's a joke. I just probably jinxed myself, Jason.
Oh, no.
What I'm getting at, the neighbors are important. You have to, know, your friends, your church members, all the people, you got to have phone calls. You have to have a list for your family. Hey, if something happens, I'm not home. All of a sudden, my car just got EMP'd. I'm down at Costco. I got a 5-mile hike back. What am I going to do? Let's get in shape. Let's get rid of the addictions of certain stuff that you might be addicted to that you're not going to be able to have.
Nope.
Start weaning off that stuff. So there's a lot of things that's going to make your life a lot easier. I mean, I've trained my entire life for this. JP's trained his entire life for this. People out there, you got to have your go bags ready. If you want a go bag, I build go bags personally to make them. You can write in to Cosmic Market Free at gmail.com and I'll call you and I'll make the go bag for you and your family. We have different go bags for different families due to different types of handicaps, different types of ages, for gas masks, even for animals, how to transport animals during a biological situation, how to protect yourself with your go bag with certain things that help. As a well-rounded part of your go bag for protecting you against certain things. So these are really important stuff. I'm glad you brought it up. It needs to be touched on because the next war is going to be definitely AI related, a lot of computerized stuff and biologics. So there's going to be a lot of hacking, a lot of down internet, and sit down with your family, this week for an hour to say, hey, what happens if there was no communication, no electric and no water, and you have no idea what's going on the planet right now? The neighbors don't know. There's no radio. There's no radio signals. You're just dead right here. Have no idea. Was there a nuclear bomb that went off? Did the Earth just 3, 2, 1 tilt? What's going on? Well, you can't worry about it because you're not going to know. But what you can do is you can survive.
Yep.
And that's important. And you can give hope to your family and have some water. just the bare necessities are amazing miracles to have for your family in this time.
Nice.
You know, and we train you guys how to do that. I do personal sessions, you know, on this. If you guys are interested, you can write in. And on the new website too, I know Cameron's building that. We are going to have a section on there if you guys want to sign up to talk to me for an hour or two about all sorts of, you know, these kind of scenarios, medical, extraterrestrial stuff. Same thing that JP's doing right now. You can contact him and talk to him about this on Patreon. We're just now setting it up, but if you're interested in talking to me, of course, there's a charge for that. That's how we make money and raise money for the website. And that's at cosmicmarket3@gmail.com. Write that down so they can maybe Cameron put that in the post there, cosmicmarket3@gmail.com. And we can, you know, follow up with you and get you prepared. Everyone needs to be prepared. I'm so glad you brought that up, JP. A lot of things that we weren't going to talk about, you brought up, which are life-saving.
Yeah.
Life-saving.
Yeah.
And you're going to see.
That's why we're here.
Go ahead, JP. I'm sorry.
That's why we're here. You know, that's why we do these videos. That's why we do these webinars, to prepare people with contact, prepare them with new technologies that we're going to bring out in the future, prepare them with things that might or will happen in the future that you have to prepare yourself, prepare your family, prepare everybody with a concept of how to survive. You know, we just know things, and you know, we don't want to put fear on people, but there's certain timelines that might happen that, you know, that we have to just be prepared just in case it does happen. So after he disappeared, I went back to cut my grass, right?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I went back to cut my grass, and I just, you know, like nothing has happened. And I kept looking at the woods and the acorn that I got, and I was comparing the acorns with the other trees. So I'm gonna get that right now, just to show people the difference of the acorns. All right, I'll be back.
Yeah, fascinating. I'm looking for, you know, the acorn represents the pineal gland. You find it all over the world. You can see it even in the Vatican. They have a big statue there with the acorn on it, and it's in, you know, ancient Sanskrit times. It's in so many different depictions around the world. So it's a really great message when you get this acorn. I'm actually really, I've been in the redwoods millions of times. I'm trying to think, did I ever see an acorn of a redwood? No. Same thing with the pine cone. That's right, Wendy. Pine cone. Yes, Nat Wally. So the products are good, you know, for 20 years or more until you open them. And once you open the product, as long as you're not drinking out of it, you know, it's good for another year. But if you're drinking out of it, there's bacteria, so you're going to have to refrigerate it. I would recommend 30, 60, 90 days to finish that product. All right, JP, let's see this thing. Wow. Thanks for sharing it. I wasn't ready for that.
Awesome. Okay, so I live in the Panhandle, right? This is a regular pine cone, okay? This is a regular one.
Yeah.
The pine cone that he handed me, look at the difference.
Okay.
Was this one. I was looking around to see what species was this. So if anybody on here, I know I have posted this before. If anybody on here in this video knows what species of pine cone, we did research. We went to a botanist. She's like, where the hell did you get that? How did you get that? I'm like, why? She's like, that's a sequoia tree seed. And I'm like, what's a sequoia? And these trees are the most biggest trees that we have in our planet. Why would he give me this seed? Then I was looking, you look online and all that, and it has a spiritual meaning as well. When
What is it? Yeah.
I think the spiritual meaning is abundance.
Wow. Yeah, each one of
So
those is a seed. Each one of those little slices is a seed inside.
yeah, so this is a sequoia tree seed that he gave me.
Wow.
And nowhere where I live,
Yeah.
this tree exists. This is only in California.
That's fascinating.
He handed me this.
Mm.
So we're still.
Beautiful, beautiful message too.
I'm still gonna send it in to confirm. But the botanist says
It
she's
looks
for
completely
sure.
alien.
If Cameron can look on the internet real quick and look up sequoia tree,
Yeah, let's see what there's any pictures,
acorn.
Cameron. Yeah.
Yeah, so look, the Sequoia National Park is here in California. I went there last year, and they have one of the most giant sequoia trees. It's the largest tree in the world, and it's in volume the largest tree. It's not the tallest or the oldest, however, it is the largest in volume. And I would have to say there's absolutely some significance and correlation with the spiritual context there. I think it was called not General Patton, but it's something to that effect, the name of the tree. Let me look up the Sequoia. Okay, here we go. Images. Boom. Oh, okay. Here it is right here. We got Sequoia National Park. I think this is the... This is it.
And these are the trees that are also in our inner earth.
Yes.
Certain
Yeah.
species of these trees that still exist.
Look at that. Thing is massive.
Wow. Yeah, I love them. They're so magical.
Yeah, if you get a chance to go to the Sequoia National Park, and just have that awe-inspiring moment of observing and looking and seeing nature in its absolute complete beauty and creation.
And
And
greatness. Wow.
that's going to cultivate gratitude. When you can look at nature and see its beauty, it's a reciprocal communication, and nature provides this inspiration and this creativity and this feeling of gratitude. And when you can vibrate in gratitude, you are in alignment with your highest selves and clarity and awareness and all these beautiful things when you're in gratitude. So look at this abundance of the sequoia tree.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It is. I love it. Did you
Species
find a
of-
pine cone? Cameron, did you find a pine cone? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Same picture. I love pine cones. I always collect pine cones. I'm so blessed to have, I have like 25 giant pine trees
Oh
on
shit! Look at
my
that.
properties. Look at that thing. It's beautiful.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So I have it next to my room, and it creates like a beautiful, beautiful energy.
Oh, I love it. Amazing.
And this is the regular one. So you can tell the
Yeah,
difference. It's
that's what
not the
I
same
got.
species.
Right.
So,
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I still have it with me, and I will plant a couple seeds to see what happened around my area. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's going to be a couple of years
That'd be
until
interesting.
it grows. But
Yeah.
it's
Well,
good.
I
It's
think,
good because we always have proof in our when we have these experience, Emery. We have these
yeah,
proof. This is
yeah,
when the
it's so,
Nordics was training the international pilots in Alabama. I'm not going to tell you the location, but now we know that the Space Command was moved recently there. So this is how it looks. When I went, I physically went to this spaceport and I saw the Nordics training these international pilots how to fly these flying saucers. So, and the main message that I really want that the Nordic gave me is that the Nordics have the United States back. So anything happens, anybody attacks the United States, the Nordics are going to be the first to respond by showing themselves to that nation that attacked the United States of America. So the Nordics are really by our size, and they're connected with certain people in our governments, and they're mixed in with the interdimensional realm. So um,
yeah,
the
right. Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. This info. I did not say it like that in my update, but I got the green light to say it here in this webinar that yes, they have our back, and they have also the back of those that do right and don't do wrong and are not negative. Okay, so the white hats will win. Doesn't matter how people put it. The white hats are going to win. The black hats are going to fall. They're trying really hard to make us fall, but the white hats will win.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Um, there's always going to be some challenges, but we will always win. And
Many
no
will
matter
fall. Many will
huh?
fall. Many will fall, but we will
Yeah.
win.
Yeah. You took the words out of my mouth. I was trying to not be negative at the same way, saying all the stuff that does happen to get to that point is very positive, and we are
Yeah.
forever beings, ever and ever. And we're all talking to ourselves right now. So.
Yeah. Oh man, it's just
Oh gosh.
it's a roller
Well,
coaster.
JP, I could go on forever. I know we're coming up
Yeah,
at
me
the
too.
close of the hour here. I do want to answer any questions. You guys, we'll answer a couple quick questions if you have any. We do have, of course. Oh, what's this? Another
Oh,
interesting
this is exclusive. I dropped this a couple years ago. It has this is the one I told you that has 90,000 views, but somebody cut it up. I still got that video. I'll send it to you. But these are
Yeah.
coordinates of a location that somebody gave me from Eglin Air Force Base. He's a high-ranking officer, and I got the location and coordinates so people can check this out. And if you could put up a picture, Cameron, the picture of the place that I showed you. No, the other one that shows the Google. Let me see. Yeah, I gave the coordinates.
Can you give me the
So,
coordinates? Where I'm not sure exactly where the coordinates are.
oh, I got taken away from you.
Well, let's see if it's in the downloads here,
Let me
because
see if I
I
send it to
think we
you.
have it in the downloads. Because you did send it to me, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you again.
Okay,
They don't block it, you know.
We got,
Boom. I send it to you again. And I send you a video. I think the video shows the coordinates.
okay, I think this is it right here.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Okay.
it. You can mute it and
okay, it's muted. Here we go. And please narrate and give us some insights, brother.
so everybody loves Antarctica. So this is a treat for everybody here. These are coordinates of a place that you could clearly see a slight swastika on the right side, so you could tell in what time frame this was built, like in the 1940s,
Okay.
around that. There's a portal there that the governments are using, and I got this coordinate from somebody, a high-ranking officer, and he said, make sure you share this to people. So this is a zoom in of this place. And look at that. And I even
Wow.
compared it to Machu Picchu and measured it. It's 4 times bigger than Machu Picchu, right? And I measured it. It's enough room for a plane or something to land on. And these are buildings that are there. And I got the coordinates. I gave it to Cameron so people can share this video as well of this certain location. You could tell that there's other countries involved in the surrounding parts of Antarctica, and they're protecting this place with interest that has a type of portal, that you can similar to Stargate, that show, you know. So it's really, this info is really interesting. And I'll send you the complete video, Emery, about the
Yeah.
research and all that. I don't want to give
Okay.
more details. I just want to give
Yeah.
the coordinates and the
Mhm.
location of these buildings that are
Got it.
ancient ruins. So when we have a chance, Cameron, I give you permission to put the coordinates and share it with people.
Thank you, JP. That's a great gift.
No problem. Roger that. I hope this can open the eyes of other people, and people can do their own research by looking through Google Earth.
Wow. Fantastic. Well, I know we're going over, guys. I want to thank, number one, all of our supporters and everyone out there and everyone that's going to be watching this. Thank you for all your support, and thanks for taking the time out to educate yourselves on these upcoming events and also the future of your lives here on planet Earth. JP, I want to thank you for coming on board as always. It's always a great, plethora of information, and you and I are just always clicking just right. And in the future, we're gonna have some more future events, with JP, of course, in the upcoming weeks. So stay tuned. Register at emerysmith.co to subscribe. Also, follow us on Cosmic Disclosure Alliance Network on Facebook to be updated on everything that we do there. We also have messages going on that daily. For those of you who are looking for this type of information as well, the Cosmic Disclosure Alliance page is fantastic for that information on Facebook, to be around like-minded people. Of course, as I talked about earlier, if you're interested in our Cosmic Disclosure episodes on Gaia TV, be sure to click the link on the Ambassador program on my emerysmith.co website. It was also on the link on the earlier, if you want to scroll up on these texts. I want to thank Cameron Clapp, Commander Salamander, for hosting us and putting this all together on the Cosmic Television Network that we have established. What a fantastic, event that we had, and we keep adding more and more events. You can follow us on YouTube on the Cosmic Television Network. If you want to watch a replay of this, for those of you already paid for it, you'll get to watch it. For those not, you can still go to emerysmith.co to purchase it. Show your support for JP and myself and the team. We really need it. You watching these videos support us and moving forward. Any last closing statements, JP?
Akuria Mate, heaven to earth, And always share the love. Thank you so
Semper
much.
Supra, baby. Semper Supra.
JP out.
Smith out.